everybody I've met that's worn a 10X shirt, which is 2 people, has been like in a pyramid scheme or some shit where they call me every damn week.
It's like a cult follow.
It's like, bro, you want to make money? I'm like, yeah, make money. Like, but when you're sleeping, you want to make money. I'm like, how you want to do this? Like, look, I got a website. But, we got energy bars, bro.
Yeah.
We got energy bars. WFG. Come to, and then you go to like some meeting, a group at somebody's house. They got a whiteboard, like newspaper. And 90% of people in there are already in the shit.
Yeah.
And there's just 4 suckers sitting there. You know
I always love sitting, like, I always remember, like, they definitely go up to, like, college kids all the time because they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I remember this guy in, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, there's a guy in Alberta, my buddy just showed me. There's this guy in, like, Alberta, I can't remember if he's in Edmonton. I think he's in Edmonton. And he goes into the meetings and he video records everything. And he just always, like, pesterizes them and makes fun of them. And he has, like, really good ones on WFG.
Yeah.
He's got what's the ACM? ACM.
Oh, man.
He's got that too.
Yeah.
It's so funny. He goes into them and he just, like, everything they say, he debunks it in the video and, like, talks. And it's hilarious. And it's, like, something that, like, why isn't that, like, shown to kids, like, before so they realize, like, hey, just ask them to draw out how do I make money, and you'll figure out in 5 seconds that's a pyramid scheme. And like it's the thing is, like, those are legal half the time, like unless they go public or they make like actually
like
do
Cutco.
something
Me
illegal.
and Ravi both work for Cutco. Was the knife door knife selling company. But the way they get them, like I like how what you said about the college kids is you approach someone who's 18, 19. He's only ever been in public transit. None of his friends have a car, nothing. You take him to a fancy coffee shop, sit down, you pop open your MacBook, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day it was a glowing logo, now it's the nice gloss. Already he's like, he's fucking hard. He's like, oh shit, like I'm about to make cake, and you tell him about the potential, and you flash the watch. It's a Timex though, but you know?
I was lured into one. This was the most I've ever been pissed off.
Okay.
Like I wasn't like in one, but I was like going to like these meetings, wasting my time. Like that's the one thing too. I hate when I'm like going there and it just turns out to be a pyramid scheme.
Which was it? What was it?
It wasn't. I can't. Oh, it was AMCO or whatever.
AMCO, they eat ass.
Yeah.
AMCO eats ass. They're so bad.
So the thing was, these guys were like already like rich in their job. So like they took me like, do you know? There's like this gentleman's club, not like a strip club, but like a gentleman's club. In Vancouver. No, it's not.
It's Gentleman's Club.
Vancouver
Club or whatever?
Yeah, it's down by the waterfront.
Yeah,
it's super nice. It's like a
Club.
Rotary Club or whatever the case is. And it's like 10 grand. I looked it up. It was like 10 grand a year to be in there, like, just to go in. And they took me there like it was like for 4 weeks. I went there on Tuesdays, and they did stuff like read The Go-Giver, read these books. Like I had to read. Like I had to do things, and like I did it expecting because this guy was like high up in Leadcore.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this is like pretty legit. I was
talking you work for Leadcore too?
Yeah, this guy worked for Leadcore.
Okay.
So then we go to like this coffee shop.
Yeah.
And the guy that I'm there with, and he starts like, he just like starts drawing it out, and as soon as he goes like in one direction, I'm like, oh no,
it's bad.
I have to leave.
It's bad.
I was so pissed. My heart like went down. Like they never said AMCO. They never said anything.
They don't. That's what they stopped saying.
I was so pissed.
You know who makes a killing off it though? And props to them, like the Filipino community. Because they took that shit and they bring it overseas. No, that's bro. They bring it overseas and they kill it, bro. They're the ones that are juicing it the best because a lot of these things are run, they're web based, right? It's just sales or signing up for telecom companies or whatever it is. But they're bringing it overseas. They got their family that are visiting here or moving here, whatever. And
it's just like 10 people.
Yeah, bro.
It's like so many people at a time.
Communities. Filipino community is so underrated, bro. They're killer. But they just blow up and they make their cake and then half the speakers are like Filipino guys. They got me because they got a black guy to see me. They got like a clean, fucking, like Chris Tucker looking black guy to see me, and I was sold. He had like a Ford Explorer Limited. Oh, we making paper. No, man. No.
It's always funny seeing like there's ones that like aren't but are like slyly are, and it's like Vivint is one. Like it's not multi-level. It's more multi-level marketing because that's when you get in the case where it's not like a pyramid scheme, but it's like you can make money not doing it, but it's always like you go to these meetings. And it's always like, you can make this. It's never like, you make this.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the same thing for like, if you go to like Vivint and it's like multi-level marketing at which point, it's like, you can just go work a sales job and make as much money. You can go do anything else and make as much money. They're just making it seem like you can make hundreds of millions in this thing. But it's like, no, you can go anywhere and make money.
Yeah, man.
It's just like, they make it so you can sell and make it yourself.
Exactly. They're worse than the education system. Like, they're telling you gotta go through them. Make paper, like, no, man.
Another bad one that's actually based here in Vancouver is Dan Locke.
Oh, I was gonna say Dan Locke got exposed.
He was in the car. No, that guy comes from the car sales industry though.
Yeah, he got
exposed. I remember the name Dan
Locke
back in the day.
Recently.
Really? Yeah. Yo, so what happened to him? He was a car sales dude.
So he was bought that humongous house out in West Vancouver, right?
Okay.
He was saying, and he has like the YouTube. He pretty much was Ty Lopez but fake. Like Ty
Okay.
Lopez is actually like he actually
got
does
paper.
things.
Yeah.
But Dan Locke, he got exposed super big because he said he bought this massive house. It was like a $30 million house out in West Van. He was renting it. It was completely
Oh, I
fake.
think I saw
And
that video,
all of
yeah.
his stuff, because he was doing like the training, like the coaching,
Yeah.
which is the worst too. Like that pretty
Yeah.
much is the same level
Yeah.
of pyramid schemes, because it's like we coach you, and so many people, like some guy went through the coaching thing and was like, this is a rip off of everything else,
Ooh.
and two, this doesn't actually help you. Like there is no coaching. It's just very high level stuff and nothing like that is living up to what he says it was.
Yeah.
So he was just stealing from people pretty much and renting this house in West Van to give that approach, because it's always like if they're a coach, they have to have money.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got exposed and now he's out. Like
Good,
it was
man.
being rented from like 3 other guys that were like.
I'm so glad
on
we're
that
bashing
house.
pyramid schemes right now.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah,
best
honestly.
thing.
Dude, I hate coach.
Yeah.
I hate
These
the people that
these
do the coaches, like
courses.
Amazon coaches, and it's because they realize that hey, I can make way more money coaching people
Yeah.
and saying I made this. Like
Of course.
most of them probably have like made some money. Like let's say they made like 50 grand in a year, and they're
Okay,
like,
yeah.
okay, but it's like for them to get to 100 to a million, like on Amazon, most
Yeah.
people don't realize like as soon as you are making over like 10 million, there will never
Yeah.
be a billion FBA guy.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start making money on Amazon, like
Yeah.
million, 2 million plus, Amazon's just gonna be like, hey, okay, that product's working. We're gonna just undercut you, lose
Yeah,
money, and make
exactly.
money in the long. So you'll never make over probably 10, 20. Like, there's no guy, any guy who on there says they are, never made that
But
money.
you see, the system has transitioned now, right? Those same guys, the younger generation now, now they're on TikTok,
Yeah.
getting money through advertising. Talk about
Yeah.
how they made money off these stonks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Making cake,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, yo, do this, buy this, to the
Well,
moon."
it's always
It's like, oh man, fuck, bro. My buddy made a track called Diamond Hands last week. I'm like, bro, no.
Oh my
I know,
gosh.
just don't, man.
That's like I just like those FBA guys or guys that are like the Shopify guys. I don't know.
Oh,
There's
dude,
another
so
guy.
bad.
There's a guy who did like Shopify stuff and is from Bali.
Yeah.
And he says he like moved to Bali because
Yeah.
he's just drop shipping and stuff. And that was back in like 2018.
Yeah.
And I like watched a little bit of his stuff.
Yeah.
I never got into like it. But now he did a video I watched recently. He obviously is being like his parents pay for him to live in Bali.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost that much to live in Bali anyways. But this guy's talking like this company called Redbubble or something that does T-shirts. You can like
Oh,
sell.
Redbubble,
Yeah, so you can sell your
It's
merch
so
through
sick.
it. He was talking about all these problems that he ran into it that were basic business problems, like basic things like, oh, like I was giving like my brand pretty much to Redbubble because I was selling through them. I'm like, how do you, if you were a shop, like anywhere in business, you would know these things. So I'm
Yeah.
like, obviously you did not do anything
No.
you said. And he's now gone from like, he was making like 10, he was only getting like 10,000 views on his YouTube videos back in the day. Now he's getting like 100. Because like people probably realize this guy is like faking it. And it's just like, it's not gonna work in the long term. Do you wanna have, build an actual business?
Yeah, dude. The whole I got pretty deep in the Shopify thing.
Yeah.
And like it boiled down to like the drop shipping thing, like it was dead. You gotta ask yourself, right? Am I gonna wait for this shitty product to ship fucking 2 months?
Yeah.
Or am I just gonna buy it off AliExpress and do the same thing?
Yeah.
I had a buddy who was deep in it, and what he ended up doing is he's like, you know what? Like it's only gonna work if you ship the shit yourself and have the product. So he bought a bunch of baby onesies, like
Yeah.
boxes of these plain baby onesies. Bought like a shirt press.
Mhm.
I was just pressing like different graphics, and like he made a killing. But he was shipping it from home. He wasn't doing drop
Yeah.
shipping. Like
It's all an actual business.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
just 'cause you think it's such an easy way of like, oh, we can drop ship. You don't need anything.
Yeah.
You just make a website and start selling.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's not. It's just like longevity of it doesn't really work.
Maybe it was like that like fucking